hello, and welcome back to another lovely episode of Simply Complicated Chats with me, your host, Tanisha Marie. And tonight we are going to talk about vulnerability and taking advantage of those vulnerable people, right? So y'all know I am very big on speaking on things of experience. I don't like to touch topics that I have not been in some type of dynamic of experiencing. Um Rather I make the wrong decision or I make the right decision, I always come here and I spill my business to y'all, right? And today I am feeling, I don't know the word that I'm really looking for, honestly. I'm feeling very open, very in tune with a higher power. I'm feeling very protected, very balanced in my spirituality and my physical life, if that makes sense. I am um I'm very aware of who I am, right? And with that awareness, I wear my heart on my sleeve. I always have. But at this point in time, I think I'm more vulnerable now than I have been ever in my life, for the simple fact that I am very aware of the protection that's on me. When it comes to God and what He sees fit for my life, I am very aware of the things that will be allowed to happen to me, good or bad, the things that won't be for me, good or bad, the things that He will block out of my life. Like, I'm very aware of a lot of stuff. So when it comes to relationship dynamics, and it doesn't matter, mom, daughter, sister, cousin, uncle, relation, actual relationship, I just feel like I'm in a position where everything's a test. Okay. And I am open to being tested from all areas, for the simple fact that every test that I go through does nothing but make me stronger. It creates a greater experience for me. Eventually, I want to be a relationship coach. Like, that's a part of who I plan to be in the upcoming years. That's a part of where I'm going. That's a part of what Simply Complicated is. It's a relationship coach, and not just for love. Not, I don't want to say love relationships. I want to say romantic relationships. I really want to be a relationship coach for parents, for siblings, for everything, because I feel like the way my life has gone, I have had issues with my parents. I still have issues with siblings. Um, I have issues in relationships, romantic relationships. I have four children's fathers, three that are living and breathing and still walking this earth. So I feel like my relationship dynamic with people, just in my own circle of, people that I have to be in contact with on a consistent basis for the sake of my kids, I feel like I would be a perfect person for relationship coaching, right? Just off the strength of helping people understand that it's never just one side to any issue. There's always three sides. Okay. Um Now back to this thing. I feel like I am very open with me. I am in a vulnerable space right now because I am so in tune with spirit that I give. I'm a giver. I've always been a giver. Um One thing I have learned to stop giving so much away of is my heart, for the simple fact that people don't know how to cherish that. That's not something that people, as big as my heart is and the things that I do for people and how I love, care, nurture, protect, like the woman that I am, romantically, as a friend, as a sister, as a just anything, whatever you need of me in that moment, whatever I can offer you is to the best of my ability, right? The highest capacity that I could possibly take it, I'm giving to you if I choose to do that, right? So me being in this vulnerable space and now stepping into this territory of being in a actual relationship, that vulnerability has opened up a whole new door. Like, this is the door that's been shut for years. This is a door that I purposely shut. I locked and I threw away the key somewhere deep, deep, deep in the ocean, right? So with that, I have found a new trigger, okay? And with that trigger, if you know me, you know the way my brain works. I go deeper than the average person. So where people see surface level issues and to you it may not be a big deal, to me it affected me emotionally. Fuck just the surface level of what's going on. I went deeper than that. So if you're doing something here on the surface and it's just like, oh, I'm going to get away with this. In my mind, the way that I look at that, because the thing about it is spirit don't play about me. God does not play about me. I'm so big on that. And I mean that in the most humblest way possible when I say God does not play about me, because no matter what's going on, my God gonna spin a block, baby. And when he spin a block for me, he gonna drop a package off at my front door that's gonna give me everything I need. And I hate that. When I say I hate it, I literally dislike the fact that I'm so in tune spiritually that my nervous system knows before I do. Okay. So with that, it's just like I really sit back and I watch people and I watch how they move when it comes to me. And the things that they present to me against the things that they don't think I see or the things that they don't think I know. And when I compare apples to oranges, I'm honestly trying to figure out, how rotten do you think I am that I won't know the difference, or that I can't sense the difference, or I can't tell the difference of what's going on? Because the woman that I am, I'm very strategic with my shit. I'm very optimistic in life. I'm always looking for the better options of decisions to make versus the petty ones, because I could be a petty bitch. But I don't like being a petty bitch. I don't like having to pull those type of cards out of the woodworks and making that something that is a part of who I am, right? Because the thing is, we all have personality traits. You can get Amanda. I'm so sorry to hear that. Like, honestly, I really am. I was hoping somebody would have some good news today. And it's crazy because I experienced that exact same situation, what, a couple months ago. Yeah, I remember Slim. So yeah, that was a situation there. Just people got up and left with not a word. So yeah, in those situations, I would say count your blessings, because obviously that was God blocking you from heartache. The earlier it happens, the less I feel like it hurts. The less attachment we kind of have to people. And y'all know that, yes, yes, ma'am. She said we really are linked. Yes, because things happen for a reason. And y'all know that at one point I was saying guys don't last 60 days with me, right? And it wasn't that, I get rid of them in 60 days. It just seemed like that became like the time frame of what it was that was happening. And honestly, I really need to open my eyes and pay a little bit more attention to my own shit. 60 days is definitely it. Like, if I can get a guy to actually last past the 60 days of no bullshit, like if we can go 60 days no bullshit, I think I'll be good. I think I'll be good. I'm feeling like, yeah, that is the biggest thing is with the kids. Like, I'm feeling the same way right now. I'm not gonna hold you. I got a little situation going on, but I haven't allowed the match to spark yet. Like, I got the match and the fluid sitting there, but I ain't sparked it yet. I'm really trying to figure out how to play this into favoring everybody to be peaceful. I think that's my biggest thing right now is I don't want any big blow ups. I want peace. That's my biggest thing. I want peace. I don't want my peace disrupted. I don't want anybody else's peace disrupted. Um I kind of just go out the way that I came in and continue on in my life. Like, I don't want any pauses or breaks. I don't want to feel like I have to go through the emotional reconstruction after a situation. And not saying that I'm breaking up with my boyfriend. It's just we got some shit to discuss for sure. Um, but at the same time, it is hard when you involve the kids. And that's a big reason why I don't involve my kids into my situation so early. I think this situation here is the first that I've ever involved the boys in so fast. And that's because it portrayed itself to be something very right. Um, and when I say it portrayed itself to be something different, it's not saying that it's not what it is. It's just not 100%. Um, I hope it works out too, Amanda. I feel like whatever God wants me to do is what's gonna happen. I don't know if this is another story that I need to add to the collection or whatever. But one thing I am realizing is I am taking all of this energy that I put into other people, that I put into everything, and I'm going to take it and transmute it into funds. It has to turn into money. Like, I'm at a point right now where I don't have time to sit and allow people to be in my life, and it's not beneficial. So when I say it's not beneficial, I don't mean like they're giving to me or they, have something to give to me or I'm using them for something. Not at all. Come in my life and play your role because I'm a storyteller. I tell stories. And my stories are amazing. I'm a writer. Like, that's what I do. I write, I speak. I'm I'm really that girl who has always been like off to her side, journaling, off to the side, journaling and like doing things like that. Like that, nothing else really ever mattered to me but my journals and music, right? Then I had kids. So the kids kind of pushed everything else to the back burner. But as I'm growing and the kids are getting older, I'm realizing how much I need to get back to the things that I love to do. And writing was a big thing for me. So I'm at this point right now where The things that I go through in life, I am taking them and I am creating a book. And in this book is going to be short stories. Now, the short stories will mainly come from my experiences, my life stories, journeys that I've had. But, I got to add a little razzle dazzle to it. So a lot of things will be added on. I'm also going to listen to other people's stories and, take and place things in perspective. Because the thing is, with this project, I really want people to understand that you're not going through life alone. Even if you feel like it, even if you're sitting alone right now by yourself and it feels like the world is crashing down on you, you are not experiencing life alone. There is somebody out there going through a problem exactly the same or similar to yours. And I feel like if we as a collective all shared our experiences on social media, regardless of the people who like to sit in the comments and judge, they gonna have their day with source, with the higher power, with God, with whoever you praise. People are gonna have their day. And judging the next person because of the life that they're living based upon the decisions that they decided to make is pure bullshit, for the simple fact that as humans, we all have that freedom. We all have that right to make choices. And to sit and feel like you can condemn the next person for making a choice that they saw fit for themselves, diabolical, right? Mad diabolical. I just feel like if we could all be on a level of vulnerability to the point where we're open to sharing our experiences, our joys, our sadnesses, just everything with one another. Find your community, find your tribe, and give those people the knowledge that they need. Because every experience that you went through, every learning lesson that you had to experience, all of that is meant to help the next person, even if they're going through right now what you're going through. Like, I have a friend now, and she's a couple years younger than me, but I tell her all the time, like, bro, you are me without the kids. Like, if I was her age still and didn't have no kids, the life I would have been living, like the life she's lived already, is literally the path that I could have been on had I not had children, right? So with that, now I see her. Our meeting was in the midst of a storm she was going through. And I was also going through a storm at that time, but it was kind of, we were at different levels of the same storm. And when I say we've been like this since day one, we've clicked, we've been pulling each other in and out of whatever the fuck we were going through. Like, it's been a beautiful friendship for sure. Now, the thing is, as the older version of, as the version of myself right now, and her being a younger version of the woman that I was, I try to give her a little bit more insight of, shit, so she don't have to experience certain things. But even with that, I can't force her to take that advice, right? I can't force her to listen to everything I'm saying and apply it to her life. She can hear me. She can hear me all day long, but I can't force her into really tapping into what I'm saying because I've experienced it. It was a oh, excuse me. It was a lot that I had to experience in order to even get to that point of understanding and really honing in on who I was and where I wanted to be and where I was going. And the people that I needed around me in those moments, right? Because a lot of that plays into how we grow. What's nurturing us? What's feeding us? What are we feeding off of? Like, the people, the environments that we sit in, the people that we sit around, the things that we choose to entertain, the music we listen to, the shows we watch, all of that. Even scrolling on social media, the things that you interact with on social media sets your algorithm. So if social media does that, what makes you think your life does not do that? Like, that's a big key factor in life, is understanding that the things that you entertain the most are the things that play the biggest roles in your life. So if you're entertaining bullshit, bullshit's going to come and disrupt your life. No matter how much you're steady speaking, oh, I want this, I want to do that, this is going to get done. If you're steady entertaining bullshit, the things that you speak on are still going to take the back burner, because that's not where you are focused at. That's not what you're choosing to feed in order to thrive. So I am very, very, very intentional with the things that I do in life right now. I'm very intentional with the words that I speak. I'm very intentional with my reactions to people's actions. That is a big thing for me, is to really present myself in the best way possible, no matter what the circumstances are, no matter what the situation is. Because at the end of the day, I'm not trying to be a reaction. Um, I want to have a response to what it is that I'm being presented with, versus having a reaction and exploding. Because that's the difference between a response and a reaction. When you have a response, you have thought about it, you have weighed your options on it, you have focused on the things at hand that needs to be taken care of, right? But when you have a reaction, it's emotional, it's instantaneous, it instantly done. Like, it's really not thought about. There was no thought into it. There was no planning. There was no evaluation of the consequences that were to come. And I'm big right now on not allowing situations to put me in bigger situations that I can't solve the problem of, or that now I have to take the back burner on solving the problem and allow something else, allow God to come in and really take it. Because had I not set myself up to be put in that position and having to deal with those problems, God wouldn't have had to step in to turn that shit around, right? So that's where I'm at, is just really being intentional with my response to other people's actions, because I know what it is to react. I know how I am when I react. And that's not what I want. That's not what I want for me. That's not what I want for other people. I don't like showing people that spiteful, evil, petty side of me, because she's there. I would never claim that she's not. She is. And I love that bitch down bad, because when she comes out, she does not come to play. But at the same time, being so that I have to be the one to be that bitch, I don't like that. I really don't. And I don't like when people put me in a position where I have to teeter totter on whether I want to be that bitch, or whether I want to just continue to be the growing woman that I am, on a path, on a changing path. Okay. Like, when it comes down to it, I really need people to understand that I'm a complete fucking nutcase. And this is me unmedicated. Like, so far, we've been doing amazing. I have not had to have medication for me being a nutcase. So let's leave me there. Because if I gotta regroup into the bitch, it won't be pretty. And it won't be pretty because I'm petty as fuck. Strategic petty. Like shit that you would never think that people would do. Like shit that you really not even gonna think about. Okay? You're not gonna think about the shit that I am going to think about to do to you, to cause you a disturbance in your life. Because I'm not out to hurt you. Not at all. That's not my intention. I don't have ill intentions no matter what it is that I'm doing. My intentions are not for harm. You know? I'm more so just wanting to inconvenience you, wanting to set you aside for a second, wanting to get you to do some thinking. Use your fucking brain. That's how petty I am. So with me being petty like that, it makes me have to be very, very thoughtful, very, very strategic, because whatever it is that I plan to do is going to be precisely designed for you. So whatever it is that you've done to me and whatever I feel like my get back is going to be, um yeah, it's going to be dedicated solely to you. I come with a game plan that one size does not fit all over here. I create my plans of pettiness based upon a person. And that's because I'm so vulnerable. I'm so vulnerable that it allows you to be vulnerable with me. So when you feel like, good evening, Brian. When you feel like, you being sneaky or you doing something that I'm not gonna find out about, or even so much as just moving funny, I know you. I take my time to study people that I spend time with, whether that's romantic or platonic. I really take my time to get to know the people that I surround myself with. Like, so when I say that my petty plan is precisely dedicated to you, it's because I know your triggers. I know what's going to trigger you. I know what's going to get the wheel spinning, um, make you think a little bit, make you wonder what the fuck you did, right? Because I don't talk much. I don't say much of what's on my mind, and I don't really, I don't like to speak on problems because, see, my thing is, I feel like if I speak on something, I'm not only acknowledging the fact that you're full of shit, I'm acknowledging the fact that you full of shit and you thought I was a dumbass. And I'm not giving that much credit to say that you really sat here and thought I was a dumbass. No, I'm not ready to come to Minnesota. Nah, I'm just, life be lifing, so that's all. Minor little hiccups. Can't expect perfection. I don't expect perfection. So that's one good thing about me, is that I stand on I'm not perfect, so I don't expect anybody else to be perfect. I expect you to fuck up. I expect you to fuck up. But the difference with me and other women is I expect you to fuck up and I expect you to come and tell me. I'm really one of those. Like, I don't care how much you think it's going to hurt my feelings. I don't care how much you think that I'm not going to understand. I want you to be 100% transparent with me. Fuck honesty. I like transparency. Don't give me room to guess and second think and overthink and fucking ponder on shit, because by that time I've made up my own storyline and there's nothing that you can say or do to convince me that the story that I have created is wrong. So I respect transparency. I appreciate honesty, but I respect transparency, because you can be honest all day long, but you can leave out one minor little detail, and that one minor detail can change the trajectory of everything that you tell me. So yeah, you were honest, but you left out a detail. So you weren't transparent to the point where I'm still holding on to my option of staying or leaving. And that's what I don't like. Don't trick me into being around. That don't that that doesn't make me happy. That makes me feel like you want me and you like me, or whatever the case is. You like my energy. You feel like there's something that you could use from me, and the only way you feel like you can get it is by tricking me to stay. Like you're not worthy enough for me to stay just because I decide to. So when I say be transparent, I mean 100%. If you decide that it's something that you need to do, you need to clear your conscience, you need to explore your feelings about something, by all means, have that conversation with me transparently. Like, be transparent enough with me that you know that no matter what, we can have a conversation. And regardless of where that conversation is going to take us, you were safe enough to be able to have that conversation. Because that's what I want. I want to be so transparent with my person, with my friends, just with people that I come in anybody that I deal with. I want to have that level of transparency, that level of vulnerability where I can come talk to you. And no matter if it hurts or if it stings, if it causes pain to the next person, I want to be able to have that option to be transparent, because I don't I don't ever want to feel like I'm forcing somebody to stay with me with lies. That makes it even worse. To not only hinder yourself from growth and elevation, but to force somebody to consent to continue to sit in something that is a lie for them. Because if you're not being honest and transparent with them, that it's a lie for them. You have coerced them into a lie. And now everything that you're building on top of that is a lie. So I just feel like if we gonna be anything this year, that we're halfway through already, like we're in May. We're in May. And if we're gonna be anything this year, I need us to be transparent with ourselves, honest with ourselves, and really focusing on what it is that we require, but most importantly, what it is that you have to offer. Because if you as a person sit up and you know what it is that you want from others, you need to be willing to give first and foremost. That's that's the life plan there. You got to give to take. If you're just taking, what are we doing? We not we not sitting up here and holding ourselves accountable for the things that we allow ourselves to go through. And that's why I say my level of vulnerability right now, I can sit here and check myself and tell myself, you know what's going on. Spidey senses tingling on 1,000. We know what's going on. Old me used to get the Spidey sense tingling, and I used to go looking for it. New me, yeah, the shit just falls in my lap. Okay, it falls in my lap, and I hate that because I'm not looking. If anything, I'm trying to be Ray Charles to the bullshit. Okay, I think I'm really willing to overlook shit, but spirit won't allow that. Why? Because it's detrimental to my growth. That will send me back into the same cycles that I have once relieved myself from, of people pleasing, of allowing people to do what they want and still have access to me. And that's just not where we are. I'm sorry. That's just not where we are. That's not a part of who we are in this lifetime. Like that ship has sailed, that train has taken off. Um the flight is in the air. That's just not us anymore. So that's not something that I'm going to sit here and I'm going to continue to accept from anybody. I don't like my choices being taken away. I don't like not having a say so in the journey that I'm taking. And when it gets to that point, it's just like, who do you really blame here? Because it's only so much you can put off on another person. Because at the end of the day, anything that they're doing is really a reflection of their feelings and emotions and what they have on internally. Everything else, everything that's happening to you is a reflection of how you feel about you. It is. Because if you feel like, and it's crazy, my boss talked about this morning, the cow versus rhino effect, right? A cow is an animal that farmers have, and you pay attention to when cows are grazing, they are in a field with tiny fences, right? Fences aren't really structured to keep them in because guess what? Those cows aren't going to go anywhere. If as long as they can graze upon the pastures where they are, those cows really don't have plans on leaving. Like cows don't sit up and be like, "Oh yeah, we gonna try to get out of here." No. Whereas a rhino is bulldozing through shit, right? A rhino has tough skin. A rhino has a horn on its nose. A rhino is tunnel vision. They can't see out their peripheral. It's so much that a rhino is doing and how they carry themselves in such a manner compared to cows. A cow at the end of the day is going to get slaughtered, cut down, broke down, and sold. Rhinos, no. You got to take them down, and they're going to put up a fight. They're not going down without a fight. It's not happening. Whereas the cattle, all you got to do is feed it, and pull it along. It's going right where you want it to go, doing everything you want it to do, and not thinking twice. Cows don't take control. They are controlled. Whereas rhinos take control. They create their destiny. They move at their own speed and they don't move with the herd. They step up in front and they do what they need to do to get where they're going. And that's just all I'm saying. It's just having that level of vulnerability where you know who you are, what you have to offer, and adding your tax to it. Don't let nobody play with you. That goes for any and everybody. Don't let nobody play with you. You don't have to. In what world did it say that we had to sit and take the bullshit that people dish out? What book said that? Whose grandma taught them that? Because I know one thing, my mom and my grandma didn't teach me no shit like that. If anything, they taught me that you could be just as independent and take care of your own shit with or without a man. That's what they taught me. And if I'm being honest, I hate how independent they created me to be. But at the same time, I love how independent they created me to be, because one thing about me is I don't need a partner in anything. I never have. Crave it for shit show. That's why I feel like God tests me so much in love. He don't test me as much with anything as he do with love and money. And he don't even test me as much with money, because I can make some shit shake. It ain't hard at all for me to get to some money. But to get to some real love, and that friendships, anything, for me to get to experience real dying hard love, like, he tests me every chance he gets. And I can't be mad, because the love that I told him I want, the love that I crave, the love that I have to give, he gonna put me through some shit. I know he gonna put me through some shit. You don't just get that type of love without going through shit. So that's why, like, even right now with my relationship, I'm in the middle of a little internal war amongst myself, some shit that's going on. But one thing I can say about this relationship is this is the best version of love I've ever experienced. I could say that. And it's not perfect. Like I said, I don't expect perfection. I don't want perfection, because that's gonna require me to be perfect, and that shit's just not fucking happening. I don't care who said what, how it's going down. It's not happening. Um, but this relationship is definitely an eye opener. And if I must say anything, I'll say, if it don't last, I know the next is going to be top tier. Because if it's getting this good right now, it's only getting better. It's not gonna get worse. That's the one thing I can bet money on. I'm not going backwards. So to say that I'm gonna leave this experience and the joy that I have here, and the light that this has brought into my world, to say that I'm gonna leave that and I'm gonna go into something that feels nothing like that, that's the complete opposite. No, I know that's not happening, because the thing about it is, I'm attracting everything that I am. So it's a reason I attracted what I have right now. I'm in a season where this was something that I needed, whether it's for this season in itself or it's long term. Everybody who knows me knows it's taken me forever to decide that I wanted, not even that I wanted, because I always wanted a boyfriend, but it's taken me forever to allow a man to have that title. Because you weren't just gonna be out here telling me I'm your girlfriend and you not doing what it takes to really stand on that. And that's as a man, for yourself, for me, for my kids, because they are a part of the package. So that's just all the way around the board. That was my biggest thing, that nobody was going to be able to claim that title if they didn't really show and prove what it was that they had to that what they had to partake in my situation, because I know I come with a lot, and with me coming with a lot, I require a lot, and I require a lot because I can give a lot, and I can give a lot because I give a lot to myself. So there's a circle of life here, and if you come in disrupting the circle, we can't have that. Can't have that. So that was a big reason why it's taken me 3.5 years to actually have a boyfriend. And these last 3.5 years that I've been single, I've just been dating. And I enjoyed my time dating, because I got to really see what was out there. I got to really experience some great people. Because I feel like everybody's amazing in their own way. The only difference is people don't really, how can I put this? People don't really be intentional. That's what it is. It's the intent about everything. I feel like people are just free flowing, and there's nothing wrong with that. I've been free flowing all my life. Okay, I feel like the free flowing is great, but it needs discipline. It needs structure. It needs intentionality. Um, Free flowing is amazing when you really don't have much of responsibility to anything. But when you have a responsibility to things, even if it's just yourself, you got to tighten the reins. You can't just let your horses run wild and take you wherever they want to go. You're in charge of this ship, boat, plane, fire truck, whatever it is that you want to call your life and how you're getting through the journey. You're in control. You are the co author along with your higher power. It's for you to sit and really acknowledge how much power you have over your life and how you can turn things around in a matter of weeks for you. But it comes with a mindset shift. It comes with being intentional. It comes with having that discipline. It comes with setting the structure and the systems in your world that can flow properly. If you want to have free flowing, by all means, do that. But have a structured free flowing system. Because I guarantee you that little bit of structure is going to take you so far. That little bit of discipline is going to take you so far. Loving on yourself will take you so far. Spending time with God, loving on Him, expressing that love, it's going to take you so far. But you have to make a choice. There's a decision to be made. What do you want? Who do you want to be? Where do you want to go? And how long you going to take to get there? Because nobody's in your way but yourself. Even with all the obstacles and the things that we run into and come across, nobody's in your way but you. So when you get out of your own way, you'll be able to go. You'll be able to fly. Okay? Soar. Do you know how I found out today? Did y'all know that eagles make love in the air? Did anybody else know that? Because I did not know. I think I've heard that once before, but I got reminded today. And that was just so interesting to me. Because that just means that we so high up on elevating one another that we can't even come down for nothing. Nothing is supposed to bring us down. And that's crazy work. How you do it flying? Inquiring minds want to know. If anybody studies birds, please help me figure it out. But still, like, that was intriguing as fuck to me for the simple fact that you're creating, these birds create life in the air while they are flying. Like, they don't come down, they don't stop, they don't rest to be creative. So if a bird is not resting in the midst of creating life, what the fuck make you think I got time to rest? I'm really trying to write my story here. I'm really trying to be a walking billboard of what life has to offer. And I'm not trying. I'm sorry. We don't even speak like that. I am a walking billboard for what life has to offer. And I say that because I come and I sit with y'all every week and we talk about my life experiences. And I give y'all advice on how to move past in situations that can relate. I am that walking billboard. Read it for me, DC. I can't see you. I'm over here looking all blind with glasses on.
I'm sorry, bald eagles do not mate in midair. The dramatic
They
aerial
don't?
displays they perform during courtship are not the act of copulation. The males,
Mm,
it's a part of courtship when they're in the air, and it looks like they're doing it, but they're not.
okay. That makes sense. Because I'm over here like, how the fuck is this even possible? That makes sense. Okay. So, yeah, is still in the air. That's the elevation. I want to be up there. I want to stay up there. I don't want to live life on the ground of people stepping on me, stepping all over me. So if we gonna do anything, hold on to that vulnerability. Trust in yourself enough to understand that you are the love you want to give, and being that love that you have to give, it attracts that love back to you, and that your journey isn't going to align you with anybody that doesn't serve a purpose, rather that purpose is good or bad. You're going to meet matches that make you see your own reflection, and hopefully in those reflections we force ourselves to change for the better. Do a lot of self, a lot of reflecting, just really honing in on who you are in these moments right now, and what are some things that you want to change. What are some things that you see going better for you because you deserve that. Like, honestly, that those are things that we really need to start considering, because how are we going to grow? And when you think about growth, you got to think about the hard shit, the obstacles, the struggles, the failures, the shit that's going to come that's going to make you grow, the shit that's going to make you uncomfortable. Being vulnerable is fucking uncomfortable. Like, I am an emotional lover girl, okay? And it's hard for me not to be this emotional lover girl when I am presented with men who are nonchalant or who don't really reciprocate what I have to offer. I find myself shutting down and closing that side of me off. But what I'm forcing myself to do right now is continue to be who I am, regardless. Even when my feelings are hurt, even when I feel like I'm being played with, even when I feel like you're playing in my face, I still pour into people. I still love you the same way I loved you prior to whatever was going on. And with that vulnerability, either it's going to become mad uncomfortable for you to the point where you're going to move around, or it's going to become a realization to you that, damn, I need to get my shit together because this girl ain't letting up. She really like she's really on that type of time. And I just feel like either way, I'm gonna be straight. Just at the end of the day, either way, I'm gonna be straight because, like I say, I'm at a point where I know God don't play about me, and I know everything that I'm giving is coming back. It's coming back, and it's coming back fast. Like it takes no time for anything in my life to happen right now. And that shit is so amazing to me to watch because I speak shit and to see it come to pass in like days, I'm just like, oh, bitch. This is why I have to watch what I say because my words are very fucking powerful. And I know that because I'm watching the shit happen in real time in my own life. And all I can say to others is be intentional with your words, with your actions, with your movements, with your responses and your reactions. Be fucking intentional. The more intent you have to feel good about what you're doing and not like a spiteful, type of feeling, but to really be at peace with the decisions you make, the more you're going to continue to attract those peaceful decisions. And some chaotic ones, but the chaotic ones come to push your limits. It makes you grow. Iron sharpens iron. And that's what obstacles are. They're just miniature swords shaping you up. And with that, you know, you got to really be okay with it. You really have to come to terms to being okay with getting uncomfortable and being in pain. Cause it ain't pretty. It's not pretty at all. But the results are beautiful. It's an ugly disaster. What did they call it? Beautiful. No, damn. Why can't I think? See, my brain is like fog tonight. A beautiful disaster. That's what it is. That's what it is. I was somewhere else. I don't know. But that's my time, y'all. And I truly appreciate y'all coming in and sitting with me for this hour and enjoying my TED Talk. Okay. So make sure that y'all come back here next week, enjoy some more of me. And all artists, I have a new segment that I am launching. So if you are an artist, no matter where you are, hit my YouTube because I want y'all to start submitting y'all music so we can get y'all some airtime. Like let's talk. Let's talk networking. Let's get this out here. I am a music head. So if you make music, I want to hear your shit first. I'm not going to hold you. I want to hear your shit first. I want to put your shit out there. I want to help you help me. Okay? Let's help each other. So y'all catch me here next Tuesday at 11 p.m. Okay? Follow this YouTube, like, subscribe, share. Let's blow this bitch up. I love y'all. See y'all next week.